Hello YouTubers, I'd like to show you my bike and give you some tips if you're just building a bike. Let's see what to start off with. Definitely get the biggest gauge spokes you can, because I've broken enough of these to know that you want to go big. Second, if you can do, if you can do it, no chain tensioner. Do whatever you gotta do to change it. Lift your engine a little bit, put spacers, just make the chain right without the tensioner. It'll be a lot better of a ride, a lot smoother, a lot quieter. One other thing here is always put a U-bolt to hold your muffler, whatever kind you use, to the frame as tight as you can. Will definitely stop a lot of vibrations in your hands. I notice this big time. Always use double bolts when putting on your mounting thing, because just one always loosens. So always use two nuts. You always want to make sure your wires are nice and good, and you want to make sure that you shrink wrap all your connections. For a few bucks, it's definitely worth it. That's my gas tank / emergency bike repair kit for almost anything you could think of. That gas line comes out the bottom there. Oh, another tip is definitely get yourself a big seat. You do not want to ride for a long time on a little thin seat in bumpy conditions. Speedometer, you can get these little attachments here that hook up. I don't recommend using anything from Bell, because they are, I don't know, I've had 2 break already. They're not very good. Kill switch. I took mine out because they're garbage. I wired in a flashlight, so it's my on-off switch. And I actually wired in the flashlight to work with USB here, because I got a battery pack, so it lasts for hours and hours. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about the chain too is you can put like a safety thing, so that the tension of your chain doesn't pull this nut back. See, I have it locked into a hole that's in here with a bolt. So this bolt cannot slide back with pressures from the engine, because that was a problem at first when I tried going without the chain tensioner. It would pull this nut back a little bit. So not all bikes are the same, but this one is needed this. I also had to remove the derailleur arm here, and so this tire could slide back, because that's my adjustment for my chain. But it wasn't a big deal. They just tightened it down without that bolt. It's always a good idea to tape your excess wire from your clutch cable up, so this little thing is not poking you. Good. Another good tip is to always tape this so that water doesn't follow this down into your carburetor. You want to kind of stop that. Do not unscrew this without taking this tape off first, because you will twist your wire inside. Not a good idea. I got this little wrap on here too that helps. Some other tips I can think of. Oh, just always carry a spare coil, and even a spare cable if you can, and definitely a tube, because going in the trails you could be stranded for a bit. One more thing I can think of. Definitely go with the curved in handlebars. I don't know, just so much more comfortable because you got to sit back. I don't know, makes it more enjoyable, I'd find. Oh, I actually have one more, sorry. One more tip here. This is a good one. You have inside of your gas cap, there is a rubber, rubber O-ring. This is not good enough. Find an old bike tube or a thin piece of rubber of the same size and put 2 of them in, and you will not have any more leaks just on a daily basis. Your leaks will stop. Unless it's tipped, completely upside down, this thing will not leak. Even while splashing around it, it won't leak. Okay, that's all I can think of, YouTube. Have a good one.